Well, hi, we're going to talk about flooring this time. That's a big question in Florida, especially with some of the places that you might live. Sandy soil is pretty common, and especially if you're on the beach area, you have sandy soil, and you're going to drag that sand into the house. So, what kind of a flooring should you put in? Well, as I mentioned before, most of the houses are built on sand, and whether it's a slab or crawl space, sand does move, and it may move slightly, not a huge amount, but it does move. And so you have your choices of tile, luxury vinyl tile, or planking, laminate floors. You have hardwood floors, carpet. And so here's the deal on all of that. First off, tile is expensive. Now, it may not be expensive in the square footage because it's pretty much the same as the luxury vinyl tile or the laminate flooring, especially if you get a little bit higher quality. And that's right around $4 or $5 a square foot. So your tile is about the same price as that, but the installation of it is hugely expensive. And here's the problem, that because a floor will move, tile can crack, or the grout in between the tile can crack. And so then you have a crack that you're going to have to fix. And you're either going to have to cut out the grout to pull a piece of tile out and put a new one down, or you're going to have to live with it. And most people don't want to live with it. So tile floors probably can last a long time, and you may not have a problem with it. But again, the expense is a lot. We had an estimate of $16,000 to do about a 1,500 square foot house. So that gives you an idea. Now, luxury vinyl tile, on the other hand, it moves with the floor. It's a floating floor over the top of whatever you had. And best if you have just like a linoleum or, even concrete underneath. Some kind of a underneath underlayment kind of thing. And so the luxury vinyl tile is about, like I said, same price as far as square footage, but the installation is a lot cheaper. And we actually, the price of the flooring was about the same, about $4,000 for the 1,500 square feet, but the installation was only $4,000. So, a total of $8,000 for the complete job, which, comparatively, that wasn't bad. Laminate floor, pretty much the same, laminate and everything, but the luxury vinyl tile, if you research it online, you'll find that it's got a good wear uh, survival or rate, where if you're walking on it and different things, it fits together really well. Most of the companies, if you get a little higher quality, will tell you that it's waterproof. Now, if you let water just sit on it, eventually it's going to seep in and cause some problems. But if you mop up the water pretty quickly, no harm done. This luxury vinyl tile comes in all kinds of different styles. It took us a long time to find what we wanted, and so we finally got what we wanted. Laminate floor is the older technology. It's still a nice floor, but it's a little less give. It's an okay floor. You might want to check into it and make a decision on what you want. Wood flooring, if you have animals, like a dog especially, you're going to have a problem because, they obviously run in the house. If you want to go outside or whatever, and you go to the door, it takes them a second to get going, and that's scratching your floor. Now, some of the wood floors are a little bit more sturdy and have a better coating on them, but my feeling would be avoided, especially if you have animals, or if you're in a really wet environment. Wood floor again can anything around a moisture area is going to swell and dry out. So, if you have that kind of environment, which Florida is, you get a lot of humidity in the summer. I guess I would steer away from wood floors. Again, your choice. Some people have got them and they're just fine. And if you have an environment where your air conditioning and heating keeps the pretty good, stable environment inside the house, you probably have no problem. Carpet, on the other hand, boy, if you're in a sandy area like we are, I wouldn't get carpet, because that sand is going to get into the carpet, work its way down. It's a problem. The sand around here is pretty fine sand, and I just wouldn't get it. I mean, if you want it for your bedroom or something like that, you could probably guard the sand getting into your bedroom a little better. But I want to tell you that we have the vinyl tile all throughout the house, in the bedrooms as well, and the sand is everywhere. When you sweep the floor, you're sweeping up a pile of sand. I mean, it's not maybe a huge pile, but it's there. And so you're looking at, and the cost of carpet isn't a major expense, but I would, if you really want some kind of carpet, just get a rug, a certain size rug, and roll it out on the floor, and then someday, a few years down the road, you can just roll it up and replace it. Take care of it the best you can. You take it outside, smack it a few times, or vacuum it really well. Excuse me. But all in all, it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of what you would like, what your preference is, and what you're willing to put up with. Like I said, we put in the luxury vinyl tile. The cost was reasonable enough for us, and we, as I said too, we're dragging sand in all the time on our feet. We try the best we can not to. We put a welcome mat in the front door. We got a little piece of carpet in the inside as well, where you can put your shoes. But to ask people to take their shoes off every time they come in the house is kind of unreasonable. I mean, you can do it, but we just have a place where it's just not feasible. So that's my take on flooring. Take it for what it is, and do your research, and figure out what you want to do. Obviously, the costs can go up as things are, and so you're probably going to spend a little more money possibly on putting your flooring down. But check it out and see what you got. Also check some YouTubes on whatever particular flooring you decide on, and it has great insight into what to look for.